Phoenix Wright has a big shot to be the final Smash Bros. Character, so let's take the time to talk about it. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your blocked content for today. I think a lot of people actually have this idea. Phoenix Wright makes so much sense to be the final Smash Bros. Ultimate character. Now, there's a lot to be said for the fact that the character was already in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, right? And I think that there are a lot of people then, just simply write the character off and say, no, he's been in a very big, prolific crossover fighter already. He has a moveset that would mean that Sakurai would either, adapt that moveset, which he doesn't really do, or create a new one, and, well, that is going to be hard when there's already a full moveset available, and it's going to have comparisons either way. Well, I think there's a lot to be said for that, right? The character isn't really viable anymore because he's already been a big part of another crossover fighter. But still, a lot of people are saying Capcom will probably get another rep. I think people are excited for the idea of Phoenix Wright because the franchise, of course, is booming again with brand new games and a lot of people discovering the franchise now for the first time. And I also think there's a lot to be said for characters that don't usually fight all that much, right? In this Fighter's Pass, that is essentially only Steve and Alex from Minecraft. But if you look at the other characters, Min Min is directly from a fighting game. Then, of course, Sephiroth fights a whole lot. That is essentially his deal as the big final, boss, or at least the big antagonist of Final Fantasy VII. Then Pyra and Mythra, of course, in the RPG game, you just fight the whole time. And then Kazuya is, of course, a Tekken character, a big fighting game character. So ending the pass off with another big fighting character wouldn't really make all that much sense if you want to balance things out a little bit more, right? Phoenix Wright might make sense in that regard. Now, of course, if you have any thoughts or specific questions, maybe about Phoenix Wright, you can send them over to Blocked Content. Send us an email at blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I might answer your questions here, live on the show. So let's dive into it a little bit more. The information from today comes to us from eventhubs.com. They talk a lot about different fighting games like Tekken and even stuff like Dragon Ball FighterZ and Smash Bros. Ultimate. So this was originally posted by Justin Adaptive Trigger Gordon, and it says, Phoenix Wright's chances as a Capcom rep seem good for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but it's not because of a certain leak. With Tekken's Kazuya Mishima now playable in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, there's only one character that is yet to be revealed from the Fighter's Pass Volume 2. According to Masahiro Sakurai, this next challenger will not only be the last edition for Fighter's Pass Volume 2, but it will also be the final character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He's effectively said this 6 times now. Yes, it should be noted that it does make complete sense that this is going to be the final fighter. Sakurai has been really clear about that fact. Though there are many characters from Capcom that could work as this final edition, one possibility in particular now comes across as being likelier than the rest. And of course that always happens, and then we never get that character announced for Smash. So, bear with us and, think along with the characters that you think are just shoe-ins for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, could we possibly get Phoenix Wright from the Ace Attorney series into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Well, hold it! Here's going to be the case. A certain quote-unquote leak from January 2021 that supposedly hints at the identity of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's final combatant has recently begun making its rounds on the internet. This leak has garnered a lot of attention as it was supposedly able to correctly predict a few things before they happened. According to an anonymous 4chan poster, the Fighter's Pass Volume 2's final fighter is a Capcom character that hails from a series that quote-unquote doesn't involve action. Dante from Devil May Cry and a Monster Hunter are both seemingly deconfirmed by the anonymous poster, as they mentioned that these two would become Mii costumes, which is something that has actually happened. The poster also claimed that the next characters, Pyra and Mythra, would be revealed in a Nintendo Direct in February 2021. This individual claimed that this character wouldn't break the internet and that, quote, a fair amount of people would be angry at their inclusion. Though the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 series clearly has its fair share of fans, it can be argued that Pyra and Mithra as a singular character does fit this description. After Challenger Pack number 9 would become a character from a beloved third-party series already in Smash, though this character would be unexpected. Many supposedly thought there'd be more representation from this series in the base game. Again, this description seems fairly accurate for Kazuya, since Tekken was already represented in Smash via the Heihachi Mii costume. Many weren't expecting a Tekken rep to join as a full-on playable fighter. And yes, that does seem a little bit strange. Of course, this description could also be fitting for a Monster Hunter rep, but it didn't feel quite like this was the character the anonymous post was hinting at, since it stated in the next part that Monster Hunter would be relegated to the Mii costume status. While all of this vague information does appear to line up reasonably well, there's still more to the leak. From here, things start to get bizarre. Supposedly, there are actually more characters coming to Smash beyond the Fighters Pass Volume 2. The leak claims that there will be a Zelda character that releases as a bonus character for the Fighters Pass Volume 2. Though it's stated that there are no plans for a third pass, the leaker somehow knows that there will be some sort of, well, quote-unquote, playful statement in the final presentation that tells fans not to be surprised if more content randomly drops. It's extremely unlikely that this upcoming presentation was recorded in January of this year, so it begs the question of how this leaker knows what Sakurai will say in the video. The final character is said to be Waluigi, and the poster believes that a Fortnite character will also be added at some point. Supposedly, Sakurai will be breaking down his own rules to make Waluigi happen, but this has never been established to be anything other than a fan rule that has worked out so far. It's also stated that companies involved with the Fighters Pass Volume 2 and beyond include Activision Blizzard, Epic, Game Freak, Sega, Valve, Capcom, Microsoft, Monolith Soft, Bandai Namco, Steel Wool, Arc System Works, and Konami. These companies could see representation as Mii costumes, stages, or even spirits. Considering that Masahiro Sakurai has stated about 6 times now that his next character will be Smash Ultimate's very last fighter and how there won't be any more after that, it seems like there isn't any room for misinterpretation here. Sakurai's adamancy about this also doesn't feel like an attempt at throwing fans off course with what's really in the works. Regardless of how real or fake this leak feels, Phoenix Wright's chances really do feel like they matter right now. In previous releases, Mii costumes have been released for Monster Hunter, Ghosts and Goblins, and Devil May Cry Mii costume. The continuous edition of Mii costumes from Capcom IP seem to suggest that Nintendo and Sakurai are still working with Capcom in some fashion. As such, Capcom's character as Fighters Pass Volume 2's final character does seem likely, and Phoenix Wright is currently the frontrunner for that possibility. Ultimately, we're playing the waiting game right now. Until information is officially released by Nintendo about the identity of the next character, we can't know for sure who they are. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, do you have any thoughts on if Phoenix Wright should be the final character? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, today's comment question is Phoenix Wright that character? Do you want him? And as for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from Tall Flip Kick, saying, people forget we also had Joker shown at the Game Awards. That's why even before this, I always thought that we'd see the final fighter during the Game Awards to have that come out during the final month of the year. I brought up Joker earlier. This means what I'm thinking. We started the DLC characters with an Atlas rep at the Game Awards, so I think it'd be poetry if we end up with an Atlas character at the Game Awards. And it is Nahabubino from Shin Megami Tensei Fi, as it will feel appropriate as to why Sakurai said it'll be a while until the next reveal, as Shin Megami Tensei 5 ain't out yet. But Sakurai probably had early access to the game, still is seeing as Nintendo pick the fighters, and the fact that they are marketing the game like crazy. Smash would be the ultimate marketing strategy, just like what Joker was Smash for Persona series. And plus, we've yet to see any spirits for the SMT, despite the time that we got a spirit for Persona 5 Strikers. Plus, Shin Megami Tensei has been there since the 80s and is the reason Pokemon exists. You gotta have that game series that started the whole genre of monster collecting in the game. Thank you so much, Tall Flip Flipkick for your comment, and if you want to send in your comments, please do. And also, yes, we have Patreon. It's patreon.com/blockedcontent. Subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys around the corner where there's always more blocked content. See ya!